In today's video, we're going to be taking a look here at the current conditions as always, and also diving into that upcoming pattern. As we all know, there is a big pattern change on the way, bringing warmer temperatures to the eastern United States and colder and snowier conditions out west. This is already kind of begun here, so we're going to take a look at that in a second. And then we're going to be taking a look at a potential big cool down later on down the road, with some snowfall potentially making its way eastward towards the eastern United States. Now we're taking a look here at these current conditions, and as you can see, the jet stream is doing something approximately like this, which indicates warmer temperatures here throughout the eastern regions and then colder temperatures throughout the western regions here. And there's sporadic storminess happening out west in general here, and then across the north central and northeastern United States, with high and dry conditions here throughout the southeast. Now, as we work our way from the Pacific Northwest, and we're going to work our way southward in a minute, but we can see there is rainfall showers happening in the lower elevation and coastal regions, and then there is snowfall showers happening throughout portions of the more mountainous regions there throughout the Rockies and the Cascades. Now, as we work our way further and further south here, as you can see, it's the same story here. The lower elevation regions throughout the Four Corner states are seeing rainfall, and then those higher elevation regions are seeing snowfall. This is pretty typical, but sometimes we see snowfall throughout or rainfall throughout, but in this case, it is very elevation based here. Now, we're going to be seeing, as we work our way towards the north central United States, snowy and rainy conditions, kind of sporadic through here, but mostly dry conditions. And then as we work our way towards the northeast, we can see some snowfall in spots and rainfall for your more lower elevation and coastal regions through here. But there is snowfall showers for the more inland regions of New England and the northeast. And then again, pretty dry throughout the southeast here. Now, what we're going to go ahead and do is move on and focus in on the upcoming pattern, because there is a whole lot to go over. Again, that pattern change that is already underway, and then another change from that pattern into a more cold and snowy pattern later on down the road. Now, here we are taking a look at the upcoming storminess, though, and we're taking a look at more and more of that throughout the upcoming pattern. As we take a look at tomorrow afternoon, you can see that there is some snowfall and rainfall still along that western corridor of the United States, and then throughout the central regions here, there is something wanting to come together, so we're going to be watching for that as well. By the time we're reaching about Friday here, we could see some snowfall throughout the western states here, and then some rainfall happening kind of for your more interior eastern United States. That's portions of the deeper south in through the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes here underneath, but still your jet stream is doing this right here, which is going to bring warmer temperatures throughout the eastern United States, and then some colder conditions here spreading in through the northwest. Now, as you can see, we reach Saturday and we get a lot of storminess here in the eastern United States, and with how warm it is, that could even be thunderstorms. We can't rule that out at this point. And we can see some deep snowfall occurring here for the southern Rockies, Sierra Nevadas, areas like that, and that's as we're approaching New Year's Day. By the time we're reaching the day after New Year's Day, so that will be February or January 2nd, better yet, we see it. There is a low located over your Texas Panhandle here, bringing some storminess here throughout the deeper south, your plains regions here, and then we see some snowfall happening here on your western end of things with some colder air moving in. Now, in my opinion, this looks like a decent setup here for severe weather underneath. We have all the features required, and really once we get this really developing here, we have this low here, cold front underneath, warm front surging to the north, and what you'll have is a warm layer here with the swinging cold front from behind. This could set up a pretty good severe weather setup, and then we see the snowfall over top, obviously. This reminds me of what we had a couple of weeks ago, and then we see this stretches and brings a longer line of thunderstorms, still bringing snowfall here to the upper Midwest by January 3rd. Then by January 4th here, we have this underneath stuff still lingering here for the southeast. An even more potent storm out west here, bringing heavy, heavy snowfall for California, Nevada, and surrounding states there by the 4th. And then by the 5th, we get this interesting storm potential for a bit of an inland snowstorm here, a Appalachian runner perhaps, or some sort of cutter nor'easter that's just on shore here. And what this brings is potential snowfall on the inland side of things and rainy conditions with wind here on the eastern end of things. Very stormy though. A 992, so this isn't a weak storm by any means, and we can see that this does bring in back end snowfall for a lot of the northeastern United States. And that's our first little sample at winter coming back for a little bit there. Let's take a look here at the GFS model. We can see that there is a kind of similar outlook here. We do get the storminess here, but we don't get the connection here on this snowstorm potentially happening. This looks a little bit quicker to me. What you can see though is that we do get more nor'easters after this with cold air in the eastern United States as well. This is very close to a hit around the 6th, 7th time frame. And we even get a little bit of a hit here for New England exclusively on this GFS model. And then beyond that, we get more wintry weather, potential snowstorm moving in right here. And then another one moving in around the 13th. Take this with a grain of salt for specifics, but this model does have us moving into a snowier, more wintry pattern overall. Now, the total precipitation through the next 10 days looks like this. Anywhere in the whites, pretty much no precipitation. Your grays, a dusting if, or better, a tenth of an inch or less. I always say a dusting if anything for some reason on the rainfall one, although that's supposed to be for the snowfall one. The greens are a tenth to half an inch. Your blues, a half an inch to an inch. Your yellows, an inch to 2 inches. Reds, 2 to 5 inches. Your browns, 5 to 10 inches there. And then your blues, even 10 to 15 inches of precipitation. See here in the browns, this is where we're expecting a lot of storminess in these two areas here. This is your very, very stormy regions for a 10-day period. Now, total snowfall through the next 10 days looks like this. A dusting, if anything, there in the grays. Your blues, 2 to 6 inches of snowfall. Purple, 6 to 10. Pinks, 10 to 20 there. And then your pastel blues, 20 to 35 inches. Then your pastel pinks are going to be 35 to 48 inches plus. Certainly a whole lot. And even on the bottom right, we can see nearly 300 inches there on the maximum. And that's going to be for the Sierra Nevadas here, where we expect 10 to 15 inches of liquid precipitation. And, you know, when you use 10 to 1, 15 to 1, 20 to 1 ratios, that starts to add up quickly in the form of snowfall. So, a ton of snowfall, gargantuan amounts, really unfathomable, to say the least. Now, the temperature pattern through the next 10 days, we can see we are in a colder pattern, but we do quickly warm up. We're about neutral today. And we're going to get even warmer as we approach the weekend. Friday is going to be quite pleasant here for a lot of the eastern United States. Most areas 10 degrees or more above normal here in the east. As we continue things on, we do develop a negative PNA. That stands for Pacific North American Oscillation there. And we can see that this is the Pacific North America region here. And when it's blue, that means below normal. That means a negative PNA. And this forces the warm air to move into the eastern United States here, and we do see that taking place. All the cold air is bottled up here in the west. The opposite of that would look like this, where we have a positive PNA, warmer temperatures here, positive PNA, and this forces all the cold air to move into the eastern United States. So that's why this is such an impactful thing. We can see we reach peak warmth by about Wednesday, the 4th of January, where we have a good swath of 20 degrees or more above normal here along the eastern United States. This is one of those 60 to 70 degree days in the wintertime. This is appearing to be like your Tuesday into Wednesday, the 3rd into the 4th. That is what we're taking a look at potentially. As we continue things on, we do see that later on we do get some cold re-entering the region, especially through the southeast here, but we're taking this with a grain of salt. Some warmth still over top, but certainly some signs that a pattern change, at least not far above normal temperatures, but possibly even below normal temperatures here. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. We're going to continue to keep you guys up to date, so be sure to subscribe as we will upload every single day. Be sure to hit that bell icon as well for daily notifications. You can also hit the like button if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.